Jikaze, tujikaze, jikaze. Africa, jikaze, America, jikaze.
You are listening to African Father in America podcast by Simon Javan Okello, live from Seattle, Washington, USA.
Greetings, beautiful people. My name is Simon Javan Okello. I am excited to be here with you for another incredible episode of the African Father in America podcast. I am live and direct in Seattle, Washington, and I do this show every single day, Monday to Friday, in order to bring you new African proverbs from different parts of the motherland, and also in order to bring you special guests that not only help me dissect these proverbs and gain even much more wisdom from them, but my guests are also people who are leaders in different fields. And so today I will be having a guest. I will introduce my guest in a couple of minutes. I am going to really start by inviting you, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you've never subscribed to my YouTube channel, I encourage you to do that now. And if you are watching this on LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram or TikTok, I want to encourage you to make sure you follow me. Go to YouTube and look for at Okello Javan or AFIAPodcast, African Father in America podcast, and join me there. Join me there, take a minute, subscribe, but importantly, leave me with your comments so that I know what your perspectives are in regards to today's proverb. Now the proverb itself says that truth came to market but could not be sold. However, we buy lies with ready cash. I will repeat it one more time. This is a proverb from the Yoruba community in Nigeria and in many parts of Africa, where you find people who speak the Yoruba language. The proverb says again, truth came to market but could not be sold. However, we buy lies with ready cash. I want you to share with me in the comments what this proverb means to you. If you're watching this on TikTok, take a minute and let me know what today's proverb means to you. If you're watching it on YouTube, that's really the home base. YouTube is where we are building our community consistently, and I would love for you to join me there so that we can continue building this beautiful little village of ours, where we use these African proverbs to also remember where we came from, to make our ancestors proud, to make our ancestors smile. So that's why we share these proverbs consistently, to ensure that we are preserving these beautiful African proverbs for future generations. I'm a father of 3 girls, and I'm also a full-time father here in Seattle where I live. So even though I have my own business, I run a non-profit organization, I host this podcast, I spend most of my time with my 3 daughters. And so having these proverbs and having access to them on a day-to-day basis, and them hearing my voice as the host of this show, really empowers my daughters and allows them to access a part of my culture that even me, growing up, I did not have access to. So every day when I bring you the daily African proverbs here in the African Father in America podcast, one of the things I love to do is to also bring to you 3 nuggets of wisdom. These are the points that are like lessons from this particular proverb. So I want to share them quickly, and then I'm going to bring our guest on. Our guest is really special, and I'll talk more about our guest and properly introduce our guest in just a second. So stay tuned. Here is the first nugget of wisdom that was inspired by our proverb today. And for those who just joined us, the proverb says, truth came to the market but could not be sold. However, we buy lies with ready cash. Now, the first nugget of wisdom says that beware of deceit. This Yoruba proverb highlights the danger of lies and deception. We should be cautious and skeptical of information that seems to be too good to be true, as it's often a facade that can lead to regrettable consequences. Number 2, value honesty. Honesty and truthfulness are essential virtues that should be cherished and upheld. We should always strive to speak the truth and act with integrity, even when it's challenging or uncomfortable. Number 3, seek the truth. The truth can be elusive, but it's worth the effort to uncover the truth. We should be willing to ask questions, investigate, and challenge assumptions to find the truth. By seeking the truth, we can make informed decisions. I want to check in with my guest here and just see how she's doing before I bring her on to join me for the remaining parts of our conversation. I hope you are all ready for my wonderful guest here, Celine Brozovic, who is an incredible leader in the lifestyle medicine field. You know, Celine worked for over 20 years in the telecommunications, industry, and after going through a lot of challenges, having a very successful career and then going through a lot of health challenges inspired her to change her life completely and become a lifestyle medicine expert. So she's now helping people live the best life that they can. So Celine, before the show began, I shared with you our proverb for today, which is from the Yoruba community. And this proverb says that truth came to market but could not be sold. However, we buy lies with ready cash. I feel that this speaks to a lot of the work that you do, and I want you to just take it from here, maybe add a little bit of an introduction if I missed anything, in terms of introducing you, and also speak to this proverb. What does it bring to your mind?
Thank you very much, Simon. I am really happy to be here. Truth from a health perspective, yes, is in the market. Unfortunately, it's been drowned by all the noises of social media and big pharma and the industry. It could not be sold. Lies, we are buying the lies with gold. And that gold, unfortunately for us, is our lives, is our health. When we see all the fast food and all of those things out there, it's there everywhere. In Africa, they have met us there. We assume that taking our children to the McDonald's joint is a way to say that we have arrived. That lie, we have bought it. I was in Africa a couple of years ago in my family, and they were having guests and this, and I saw them with potato chips, and I'm like, whoa, what are you doing with that? So does it mean that you've become rich? Let me tell you, what that perception of wealth is, you are going to destroy not only you, but your family and your children. You shouldn't have this fatty thing in your house. There is nothing in it. So one of the truth that has come to the marketplace is that our health is challenged. We should stop buying into the lies. And when we go into deep in the conversation, I want to talk more about Alzheimer. And as you think about it, before we get deeper in that, think about an eraser and a pencil. Okay? You see how the eraser erased the pencils? Alzheimer is the eraser for the brain. So think Alzheimer, eraser for the brain. And later on, I'll come and I will explain a little bit more and give you some tools on how to protect yourself. That disease, by the way, is growing at more than 90% per year.
Yeah, that is incredible. I had no idea. And so, if you're watching, we are really privileged to be here today with Celine Brozovic, who is a regular guest here in the African Father in America podcast. This is not the first time that Celine is joining us. I love hosting Celine because the things that she leaves us with are very, very important. They can be applied to your life immediately, so that you can improve your own well-being. So, Celine, a question that I ask my guests, and I've asked you a lot, is a childhood story that inspires the work that you do today. And I just wanted you to speak about it for a moment. Speak about, any childhood story that inspires, especially the topic that you're about to talk to us today about Alzheimer. Is there something that happened, back in the day that, that made you feel like today is the day that you want to speak to us about this? Or is this something that you're actively dealing with, and that's why you want to speak about it today?
Thank you very much, Simon. What has inspired me for Alzheimer is the following. And here in the US, I have a friend, wealthy friend. They planned their retirement. They bought a big home on the water. We know when you have a house on the water what it means, big home. They moved in. They enjoyed it together for 5 years, and then the woman got diagnosed with Alzheimer. He tried to take care of her, but he couldn't. He had to put her in a special home. And he had to move. And I said, no, we're not going to get the professional movers come. You know what they do when they come? Quick. And I'm like, no, this is too important for him. This is a place where he wanted to live his old days with his wife. I could imagine them sitting on that deck, watching the water, watching the sunset and all. And today, none of that thing. So I said, no, I am coming to help you move so that you can go through the different rooms slowly, because you have a lot of memories. And I told him it doesn't matter. It takes a day, a week, a month. I'll be there for you. I was helping him packing, and I hear, mm, mm, that is the sound that we make when we are sick. Okay. So I turned to him and I'm like, hey, are you sick? Is no. You see, he's not sick, but he's acting like a sick person because of the toll of that disease. He doesn't have the disease. His wife is the one with the disease, but the toll on him. So that disease is very nasty. The toll on the person. So I sat there and I'm like, what can I do? What can I do to help in such a way that there is no more people like my friends suffering, not even know that they're suffering, going like, So what I have done is I have lended my voice to the Alzheimer as an organization to talk about that. So that story, when it comes to Alzheimer, is what made me develop that passion to say I'm going to talk about that, because the beauty of it also is the work that I do is so linked to Alzheimer. You take care of your lifestyle, you are going to reduce your risks for Alzheimer. So I'm going to, is that a good enough story for you?
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's sad. And it's more than good enough. A lot of the time, people go through difficult times, but they don't have people that stand up with them or stand together with them. And I just appreciate you for being that kind of a friend, I just don't even know how I can start to speak about how difficult it is for someone to take their time, especially here in America, to do what you did. So I think you're a great fit to help with the Alzheimer's Association, to lend your voice, to lend your expertise to that association. So maybe we could start by you speaking about that association. Just give us a little background about the Alzheimer's Association and how you got connected to it, because I don't even know about it. So speak to how you got connected to it, what you're doing with this opportunity as their spokesperson, and how this connects with lifestyle medicine, which is how most of my audience members know you. Most of my audience members really appreciate the wisdom and the tips that you share with us regularly in regards to how we can improve our lifestyle.
Thank you, Simon. The Alzheimer Association is a non-profit. I am not their spokesperson. I am a volunteer who speaks about that to organize, to inform people and help people. So that non-profit organization is created to help families dealing with Alzheimer, the sick person, and also the families, to help people get information of how do we detect that somebody is probably having Alzheimer's, so that we send that person to the medical doctor. How do we cope as a family with somebody with Alzheimer? How do we set up our finances in such a way that we can deal as a family with somebody with Alzheimer? I was giving a talk on lifestyle medicine one day, and actually lifestyle medicine is your insurance, by the way, to reduce your risk for Alzheimer. So there was a lady working for the Alzheimer Association who came to say, Celine, please, what you are doing is so fantastic. You can deliver a message and stuff. Can you help us? And I'm like, yes, I'm going to help you. In the name of my friend, in the name of his wife who passed. And I remember I carried the urn of that lady for the burial. Yes, I'm going to speak, and I'm going to educate as many people as possible so that they know about that disease, so that they start working on it right now. If you are in your 20s, your 30s, this is the time to start working on it. Dr. Sherzai basically says, Dr. Sherzai is one of the leader in Alzheimer research and stuff. He has a great book, by the way, called The Alzheimer's Solution. Google him and listen to some of his talk on Alzheimer. Sherzai, Sherzai. He said Alzheimer is like a boat. When we are young, the boat is strong and floating and all. And we start behaving like stupid, crazy people, buying the lies that they're serving us with our gold and our cash. And then cracks is happening in the boat. What are those? What is creating the cracks in the boat? The lack of exercise, the junk food that we are eating, the stress that we are managing, the running crazy that we're doing, seeking for whatever amount of money we think that, we need to get. The reason why we're working those 60, 80, 90 hours a week, Monday to Sunday, not resting. And then in your 50s, those cracks in the boat start opening up wider, and by the 70s, the water is in the boat and is sinking. So you can do something about it. As of today, here are what Dr. Sherzai, and I'm using his proposal here, proposed for Alzheimer. Neuro is his acronym. N is for nutrition. What kind of food are you eating? Have you bought the lies of the fast food? Have you bought the lies of the processed food? Have you bought the lies of the humongous amount of meat, chicken? Have you bought the lies of the processed food out there? E is for exercise. Have you become a potato couch? Remember our forefathers, they walked to the field. They walk everywhere. Today, we are always in the car. Let's walk a little bit more. Let's exercise. Let's do something with our body. I'm not asking anybody to become a gym rat, but I'm asking you, get off your couch and walk. Walk in your neighborhood and even walk in your own house. My mother-in-law, when she couldn't walk, she showed me the hallway in her house. She will walk it back and forth vigorously. She died at 96 with a brain sharper than mine and her son's brain. So you can walk. There is no excuse in there. U is for unwind. Unwind is unstress. Please look at your work life and look at your goals in life. Is money that important? Because at the end of the day, the crazy thing that we're doing is we want a bigger house, we want a bigger car, we want this, we want that. How many cars can you drive in a day? In how many rooms can you sleep in the big house? R is for rest, sleep. Sleep 7 hours minimum per day to 9 hours. Yes, it's 7 hours minimum. Don't tell me, oh, I can get by 5. It's the lie that you are buying. The science is very clear. 7 hours. And O is for optimize. Optimize that brain. Learn something. Do something with that brain. So neuro is your answer. Understand neuro, and you have your health insurance for Alzheimer, and it is in every single day. Develop your plan for that. It is a nasty disease. What's the point of killing yourself today when you have an eraser that is basically going to erase your brain? You don't recognize anybody. Your family is hurting. I'm going to stop here because when I get on that, I can speak for 5 hours.
Yeah, yeah, you should, because everybody wants to live long, but the quality of life as you're living long is important. But even if you live a short life, the quality of life during that short life of yours needs to be good. So for me, anybody who is speaking to me about how I can improve my life and giving me realistic tips about how I can do that is someone who is a friend of mine. So I want to recognize everyone who is joining us on YouTube. I see you and I deeply appreciate you. My guest today is Celine Brozovic, who is an incredible founder and expert in lifestyle medicine. Celine has an incredible story that I actually want you, Celine, to just share a bit of your story, because a lot of people are probably watching and they don't know who you are. They don't know what really drove you to focus on talking about Alzheimer's, talking about neuro, the acronym you just gave us. So as we are getting close to the end of our time together today, I just first of all want to give a shout out to all those who are watching on YouTube. Thank you so much. Take a minute and let me know in the comment where in the world you're joining us from. If you're watching this on YouTube, on Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram or TikTok, thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you follow me on all those platforms, but importantly, subscribe to my YouTube channel and let us know your perspective right now. And Celine, while we hear what everyone's perspectives are in regards to today's proverb, I want you to take a minute and just share with everyone who's watching your story and why you made this lifestyle change, and you saw the difference, and now you're helping people who are willing to listen.
Thank you very much, Simon. And I'm happy that we're doing that story today on International Women's Day. Women, I am talking to you from a sister to a sister, from a mother to daughters, because my kids are now working. We fought to get our right to vote, right to work. We are still fighting for equal pay and all. While we're doing that fight, let's not forget our health. Here is my story. I was trained as an engineer, an electrical engineer. So everybody knows that it's extremely difficult. Came in the US, got an MBA, and start working crazy hours. And I worked for one of the Fortune, you have Fortune 5,000. It's the way of assessing the size of corporation in America. The one I was working for was a Fortune 9. meaning of all the companies in America, they're number 9. They are huge, humongous. I got the President Award. That tells you, and they give that to 0.003% of the employees. That tells you that I'm like, I am a woman, I am Black, I am African. I have to prove them that I can do it. So I developed that imposter syndrome. So women, if you went and you got an engineering degree, an MBA, and you are working, you are smart. Work on that imposter syndrome, because this will destroy you. So what I did was working those long hours. I was not eating well. I was not sleeping. I was constantly working, no stress management, nothing. So you know what happened to me? I gained weight, size 6A to size 16, 18. I developed high blood pressure, high cholesterol, acid reflux, palpitation. I even flirted with suicide. Is it worth the fight? No, we didn't fight to be in the corporate world for us to burn out. So as part of my recovery, I was fortunate to learn about lifestyle medicine. I call it a blessing, which is what I use to manage every single aspect of my day. My food, what I put in my mouth, is very clean. I eat good, yummy food, tasty food. Nobody tell me that I'm going to eat green salads, okay? I exercise. I'm not a gym rat. I have a trampoline. I walk in my yard. I walk in my neighborhood. I lift some weight. Yes, you need to lift some weight, but not big weight, a little bit of weight. Okay. I focus on my brain, the stress. I was talking to some people in Africa because I want to get speaking in Africa. They're like, oh, you have to be here and do this. And I'm like, oh, my dear, you're not going to pressure me. I don't do stress anymore. I do not do stress anymore. So manage your stress. Money is not worth the stress. Okay. Then I work on my relationship. Important. I am doing a program for some nuns in the Ivory Coast. So I told them, this is Lent. Let's focus on forgiveness. Forgiveness is one key for health. We don't talk enough about that. Forgive. Whatever you do, forgive. It's not easy, but it's possible. Forgive. And then take advantage of the environment you are in, and also your own environment is your own household. How well organized is your house? Is it junk all over the place? Is the kitchen filthy? You don't even want to go in there? So that the maid, you've hired maid that have turned those kitchen into whatever it is, get back in the kitchen. Help. Feed your family. This is the story that helped me recover my health and gave me that strong voice where I am going. So wait for me, people. Wait for me in Africa. Wait for me everywhere, because I'm going to tell everybody the truth that they're selling, that the truth is in the market. We're going to stop. I'm going to put the light on the lies so that you guys will see the truth, because the truth is usually very shy. It's in there and it whispers. I am the soundboard for the truth of life that says it is in your hands. Feel empowered. So women today, look at me and make the following commitment. Go and buy yourself a high blood pressure monitor. It costs less than the Louis Vuitton. It's $30. And take that blood pressure, monitor that blood pressure, because it's called the silent killer, because it is silent. And when it comes in there, it destroys everything. And oh, by the way, we talk about Alzheimer. There is a correlation between the heart and the brain. We say what is good for the heart is good for the brain. What is good for the brain is good for the heart. I'm going to stop there. I told you I can get 5 hours on that one there. So women, today for Women's Day, take care of your health. Let's get up, go buy that a high blood pressure monitor. Take that blood pressure meter and make it a commitment. Put that onto your busy professional schedule to take yours and the one of your husbands and your kids.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you so much, Celine, for inspiring me and inspiring everyone who is watching. I see that we are being joined here today by quite a few of you who continue supporting this show consistently. I want to start by giving M. Jewel a shout out. M. Jewel is joining us from Florida. Yeah, M. Jewel is joining us from Florida. Let me see here. Yes, from Florida by way of Harlem. And MJL, thank you again for being such a consistent supporter of the African Father in America podcast. I also see here that you've shared with us your comment, and you're saying that we've been fed too many lies and the truth is hard to believe. That is true of everything that Celine just shared with us, and it's also true of our proverb today from Yoruba that says, truth came to market but could not be sold. However, we buy lies with ready cash. I love that. Now, let's continue on. I want to welcome Brother Earth, Brother Tidwell, who is also here with us. Thank you for your continued support. Cabs also joined us, and Cabs says that it's all about health. Without your health, you have nothing, and that is true. Stella, thank you for joining us as well from Kisumu, Kenya, and also Ayemba Patrick. Ayemba, thank you for joining us from Moi University in Kenya. Ayemba, you must know me very well because you've used my childhood nickname, so I'm sure you know me very well. So thank you again for joining and supporting the show. To everyone who is watching on YouTube, I would love for you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and if you haven't given this video a thumbs up, take a minute and do that, and also share this video and leave your comment about today's proverb. Let me know what is it that Celine said that inspired you. I want to know in the comments. And I also want to thank everyone who is watching on LinkedIn, everyone who is watching on Facebook, everyone who is watching on TikTok and Instagram. Without your support, this show would not be there. So Celine, as we are wrapping up our time together, what are your closing remarks, and also how can everyone who is watching the show today stay connected with you?
Thank you very much, Simon. Remember one thing: you are strong, you are smart, you are free. We know the lies out there. Now we know. Take your health into your own hands. Do something about it. If not for you, for your spouse, but especially for your children. The beauty is you do not have to be a multimillionaire to start embracing a lifestyle change. It's doable, says my customers. It's doable, Celine. It's doable. They're so surprised that it's doable. So today, Simon, I'm not talking to the men. I am just looking straight in this camera and I'm looking at the women. Let's make Women Day successful, not because we're getting flowers and this type of things. No, we did the fight not for flowers. We did the fight to feel empowered. Why don't you want to be empowered today when it comes to your own health? Take the challenge. Do something so that you free that, so that you empower that brain. You strengthen that brain, you strengthen your energy, and you go and you deliver what your mission is, and you do that to the best of your ability. Don't let your health pull you down. You are too strong of a woman to let your health pull you down. Yes, certain diseases, there's nothing we can do, but the chronic diseases, I trust you that you can do something because you are a woman and I know what we are capable of. Let's do it. You can find me on LinkedIn at Selina Nilon Brozovic, and I am the only one. So go, women. I want to hear all the women who've taken the challenge by you reaching out to me and saying, Celine, I heard you, I've taken the challenge, and we can continue the conversation because it's about evangelization. Remember that Yoruba proverb was said thousands of years ago, but it is so true today. The truth is in the market, but the lies have been amplified because the lies are the one with the microphone, the marketing agencies, and we're buying them. Regain your power. Regain your power. It is your health. It's your life. It's yours. I am done speaking.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Celine. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I just want to thank you again for taking your time and for being consistent, with what you believe in. And also thank you to our viewers and our listeners who are going to listen to this on their way to work later on today. I'll be uploading today's episode on all podcasting platforms. So if you're listening to podcasts on Apple, on Spotify, just expect to have today's episode in the next hour or so. And I'll see you tomorrow here for another episode of the Daily African Proverbs here in the African Father in America podcast. And really, there are many opportunities that I also want you to take advantage of. So if you're watching this on YouTube, go to the description section of this video. You'll see a lot of links to resources that you should take advantage of, especially if you are a creator like myself. If you want to have your own podcast, if you want to build your own brand, if you want to build your own website, you should take advantage of the links that are in the description of this video, and let me know what you think. DM me, especially through Instagram at Okello Javan, so that I can give you more insights if you're interested, especially in podcasting. And again, I deeply appreciate you all, especially my team, Stella, Steve, Lavender, Taban, and everyone who is behind the scene helping make this happen. I deeply appreciate it. Celine, take great care of yourself. I will see you very soon. Okay? All right. Peace and love. Bye.
African Father in America. Tujikaze, tujikaze, jikaze. Tujikaze, tujikaze, jikaze. African Father in America. Tujikaze, tujikaze, jikaze.
You are listening to African Father in America podcast by Simon Javan Okello, live from Seattle, Washington.